We've got a big update on the war of words between hedge fund billionaire Leon Cooperman and Democratic presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren. Leslie Picker's got all the details from headquarters. Hey, Les.
Hey, Melissa. Those war of words continue in a letter that is a strongly worded rebuke of Senator Warren's tweet last week, which urged Cooperman to, quote, pitch in a bit more so everyone else has a chance at the American dream, too. Cooperman, who's not on Twitter, said her tweet demonstrated a, quote, fundamental misunderstanding of who he is, what he stands for, and why he thinks her economic policy initiatives are, quote, misguided. Cooperman is using the letter obtained by CNBC.com's Brian Schwartz to make the case that billionaires like himself got where they are due to hard work and should not be vilified for it. So he writes in that letter, quote, for you to suggest that capitalism is a dirty word and that these people as a group are ingrates who didn't earn their riches through strenuous effort and, in many cases, paradigm-shifting insights and now don't pull their weight societally indicates that you are either grossly uninformed or are knowingly warping the facts for narrow political gain. Cooperman's shots were first publicly fired at CNBC's Delivering Alpha event in September.
They won't open the stock market if Elizabeth Warren is the next president. Winston Churchill says you don't make poor people rich by making rich people poor.
So he was joking about them not opening the stock market if Senator Warren gets elected president, but he did go on to say that a Warren victory puts stocks in a bear market and causes them to decline about 25%. So for that full letter, check out CNBC.com. Melissa.
Leslie, thank you. Leslie Picker back at headquarters. Leon Cooperman's not the only one. Paul Tudor Jones also said 25% decline on Elizabeth Warren, 20% decline on Bernie Sanders. So there, I don't know what's happening here, but more people are coming out.
Yeah, it certainly seems to be. But we also have to put this in perspective. I also remember these things when Obama was going to be president and that type of thing, right? So there's a bit of hyperbole here. But that being said, if Elizabeth Warren's all her economic policies were enacted, and you have to determine the probability of that actually happening, then yeah, you'd probably end up in a recession. You'd probably end up with a much weaker stock market.
Well, there is an assault on health care, the system
Right.
as it is.
Right.
There's an assault on fracking, which you said she would make illegal when if she becomes president.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in regulatory,
Right.
probably will increase on the banking sector.
But the regular,
For banks.
I would think banks would go down immediately. And if you think about what banks have had for them is they've had an administration that has been very clear on deregulation and been very clear on taking the target off of banks' backs, whether you think they deserve it or not. The point is that the politics around the banking sector have probably never been, they haven't been this good for a long time.